Hello and welcome to Hello English Teacher. Today let's look at some extract based questions, assertion reason, true or false from the lesson Lost Spring of class 12. If you're watching my video for the first time, please subscribe. You can listen to the explanations of chapters from classes 10, 11 and 12 English. Don't forget to press the bell icon so that you get notified whenever I upload a video. Let's move on to the video now. So here is the first extract. This morning, Sahib is on his way to the milk booth. In his hand is a steel canister. I now work in a tea stall down the road, he says, pointing in the distance. I am paid 800 rupees and all my meals. Does he like the job? I ask. His face, I see, has lost the carefree look. The steel canister seems heavier than the plastic bag he would carry so lightly over his shoulder. The bag was his. The canister belongs to the man who owns the tea shop. Sahib is no longer his own master. So let's look at the questions. Here's the first question. Sahib is no longer his own master because he is not a rag picker now. He has a steel canister. He is a child labor now and working at a tea stall. He continues to work with garbage. So the answer is C. He is a child labor now and is working at a tea stall. His face, I see, has lost the carefree look. As per the assumption of the author, Sahib is not burdened with responsibility, burdened but without any responsibility, not burdened but feels responsible. So here the answer is B. He is burdened with some responsibility. So next question. The narrator wants to highlight the evil of child labor and exploitation, poverty, dowry and corruption. So here the answer is very clear. It is child labor and exploitation. Next question. Child labor is a crime under which article of Indian Constitution? So the answer is C, Article 24. Next question. The antonym of carefree is relaxed, cheerful, stress-free, distressed. So remember, antonym means opposite. So here the answer is D, distressed. So let's look at the next extract. I will learn to drive a car, he answers, looking straight into my eyes. His dream looms like a mirage amidst the dust of streets that fill his town Firozabad, famous for its bangles. Every other family in Firozabad is engaged in making bangles. It is the center of India's glass blowing industry, where families have spent generations working around furnaces, welding glass, making bangles for all the women in the land, it seems. Mukesh's family is among them. None of them know that it is illegal for children like him to work in the glass furnaces with high temperatures in dingy cells without air and light. So, question. The phrase, dream looms like a mirage amidst the dust of streets, indicate that his dream was a reality yet seemed distant, lost in a sea of dust, illusionary and indistinct, hanging in the dusty air. So the answer is C, illusionary and indistinct, because his family is a bangle making family and most of them follow that tradition. But he has a dream which is very different and he must take all the action so that he can fulfill. So it is like a mirage which is very far away, which he has to achieve. Next question. I will learn to drive a car, he answers, looking straight into my eyes. The sentence highlights that Mukesh was determined and ambitious, fearless, hopeful, stern. So the answer is very clear. He is very determined and ambitious. He definitely wants to fulfill his dream. Next question. None of them know that it is illegal for children like him. Here it indicates to make bangles, to make pots, to work in hazardous conditions, to dream big. So the answer is C, to work in hazardous conditions. Where is the center of India's glass blowing industry? So the answer is very clear. It is C, Firozabad. Question. Choose the literary device used in this line. His dream looms like a mirage amidst the dust of streets that fill his own town Firozabad, famous for its bangles. Alliteration, simile, metaphor or personification. So here the answer is B, simile. because his dream looms like a mirage. So, the meaning of looms like a mirage is something that is very difficult to be real. So, the answer is C, simile. So, a comparison is made. His dream is like a mirage, something that is very difficult to be true. So, next question, what does Mukesh insist? To be the boss of a factory, to be the owner of a car, to be independent, to be a motor mechanic. So, his wish and dream is to be a motor mechanic. Next question, which of the following statements is not true? People of Firozabad are working in the industry of the bangle making for generations, which is true. Majority of the population in Firozabad is involved in bangle making. That is also true. Children love to spend their time around the furnaces, which is false. Firozabad is a major producer of bangles in the country, which is true. So the answer here is C. The next extract, I sometimes find a rupee, even a 10 rupee note, Sahib says, his eyes lighting up. When you can find a silver coin in a heap of garbage, you don't stop scrounging, for there is hope of finding more. It seems that for children, garbage has a meaning different from what it means to their parents. For the children, it is wrapped in wonder. For the elders, it's a means of survival. So, the question, what does the phrase lighting up imply here? Bright with excitement, dark with sadness, glowing with pride, simmering with anger. So, here the answer is A, bright with excitement. Choose the phrase that best summarizes the meaning of garbage for adults and children. Rural and urban, theory and experiment, reality and fantasy, tradition and modernity. So the answer here is reality and fantasy. Because for the adults it's a means of survival and for children it's a means of wonder. The mood conveyed in the above extract is humorous, melancholy, mysterious, peaceful. So the answer is B, melancholy, which means sad. So the next question, what is the synonym of survival? Synonym means similar in meaning. Extinction, annihilation, demise, endurance. So here the answer is D, endurance. So next extract, food is more important for survival than an identity. If at the end of the day we can feed our families and go to bed without an aching stomach, we would rather live here than in the fields that gave us no grain. Say a group of women in tattered saris, when I asked them why they left their beautiful land of green fields and rivers. Wherever they find food, they pitch their tents that become their transit homes. Children grow up in them, becoming partners in survival. And survival in Simapuri means rag picking. Through the years, it has acquired the proportions of a fine art. Garbage to them is gold. It is their daily bread, a roof over their heads, even if it is a leaking roof, but for a child it is even more. Question. The phrase transit homes refer to the dwellings that are unhygienic, inadequate, fragile, temporary. So transit homes means temporary homes. So the next question, identify the figure of speech that is used in garbage to them as gold. So here metaphor, simile, synecdoche, hyperbole. So the answer is hyperbole because hyperbole is a way of speaking or writing that makes something sound better or more exciting than really it is. So here garbage is compared to gold. Next question, choose the term that best matches the statement. Food is more important for survival than any identity. So it is immorality, necessity, obligation, or ambition. So here the answer is necessity because they need food for survival. Food is the most basic need. What does acquire the proportions of a fine art mean? Rag picking has regained its lost status. A segment of rag pickers are skilled in fine arts. Rag picking has attained the position of a skill. Only a few people are expert in rag picking. So the answer is C. Rag picking has attained the position of a skill. So let's look at some assertion and reason question. Assertion, the children of Simapuri are living a life of exploitation. Reason, extreme poverty faces them to lead such a life. So here the answer is A, which is both A and R are true, and R is the correct explanation of A. Second question, assertion. Most of the rag pickers appear walking barefoot in cities and on village roads. Reason, they were caught in the web of a vicious circle of middlemen. So here the answer is C. A is true but R is false. So, assertion, garbage is wrapped in wonder for the elders in Simapuri. Reason, for the elders it's a means of survival. So the answer here is D. A is false but R is true. Next question, assertion, Sahib was not allowed to play tennis in the neighborhood club. Reason, he had proper shoes but no racket to play tennis. So here the answer is E. Both A and R are false. So next question, Sahib is no longer his own master. Reason, the tea canister which he carries is his own property. So the answer here is C. A is true but R is false. So in the next question you can see two statements and you must say how they are related. So let us look at the statement 1. Mukesh insists on being his own master. Statement 2. He has no fascination for continuing his family profession. Here the answer is B. If statement 1 is the effect, statement 2 is the cause. Next question, statement 1. The children's eyes are more adjusted to the dark than to the light outside. Statement 2. The boys and girls end up losing their eyesight before they become adults. So let's look at the answer. The answer is C. Both the statements are the effect of a common cause, which is working in unhygienic and hazardous conditions. So question number 8. Statement 1. The young bangle makers could not organize themselves into a cooperative. Statement 2. They were caught in a web of a vicious circle. So here the answer is B. If statement 1 is the effect, statement 2 is the cause. That means statement 2 is the reason and the assertion is statement 1. So next question, statement 1. Exemplary punishment should be given by the law to those who employ the children to work in hazardous industries. Statement 2. Child labor is banned by the law. So here also the answer is B. If statement 1 is the effect, statement 2 is the cause. So let's look at the next question. Statement 1. Sahib's family left Bangladesh and came to India. Statement 2. Sahib is no longer his own master. So the answer here is D. Both the statements are the effects of independent causes. That means both the statements are true and have their own reasons. Now let's look at some true or false questions. Sahib's family was originally from Dhaka, which is true. Sahib's mother told the author that they left Dhaka as they did not like the place. False. The author was serious about the education of Sahib. False. Tradition is an excuse to remain barefoot. True. Rag picking is a means of survival for the people of Simapuri. True. Sahib's dream is to play cricket. False. Mukesh's dream is within his reach. False. Most of the people are farmers in Firozabad. False. Bangles are worn by Indian women as a part of tradition and custom. True. Sahukar, police and politicians working under a nexus to help the poor bangle makers is false. So I hope you liked today's video. For more interesting and informative videos, do subscribe to Hello English Teacher. Thank you for watching.